What is up, guys? Welcome to yet another episode of Kicking It with Manny. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of being intentional. I wanted to share my thoughts on this, and I wanted to really have a conversation about this topic and how it is very important as a person to be intentional with your time and your efforts. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe for more episodes like this. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and let's dive right into this. So when it comes to being intentional, this is one of the most important things that we have to take control of when we reach a certain point in our lives. When we are intentional, we are able to make positive and healthy decisions. When we are intentional, we are able to think a little bit more clearly. We are able to think with more purpose, with more reasoning. We just don't act on anything that strikes us or anything that is being channeled to our direction. One thing that I have realized, which is practically important to really understand the power of our intentions, the power of where we shift our focus, which direction we take, what we invest our time and our energy into, because in the long run, that really affects our lives, that really affects our health, that really affects our finances, and it really impacts many aspects and many areas of our lives that are very, very important, or we have to take very seriously. So with me, when I think about being intentional, I think about how can my time be channeled towards something positive, or how can my efforts be channeled towards something more productive? Because at the end of the day, we want to be more productive. We want to be more successful. We want to be more healthier. We want to be more likable. We want to develop ourselves, and we want to be the person that we desire to see ourselves to become. And if we have to do this, if your intentions are not, if your life is not intentional, if your things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis are not intentional, you will start investing time with people. You will start doing things that are very destructive, that are going to pull you away from the purpose or the direction you want your life to go. So I think about the intentional person as a very powerful person. Someone who is more intentional is more powerful because they are in control of what they do. They are in control of what they invest into. They are in control of what they look at, what they pay attention to, what they give their energy to. Because you can make money back. You cannot get time back. So if you are not an intentional person, or if you don't reach a point in your life where you become more intentional, you waste time. That time that you waste, you cannot get this time back. It is not something you can gain back. Money, you can make money. You can lose money, you can make money. But the time that you are losing, the effort you are investing, the things that you are giving your priorities to that are not bringing you any long-term value is something that you're going to lose. You're not going to get that back. And day in and day out, life is changing. Your life is changing. Things in your life around you are transforming from one cycle to another, and you have to be matured about how you live your life. You have to be more responsible for the things that you do. You have to be more cautious with where you are, who you are around. So that being intentional really is an important part of our lives where we have to take control of it at a certain stage. We can, do our own thing on the side, but eventually we should be more intentional. Eventually, we should not give our time. We should not give our focus. We should not give our effort to things that are destructive, things that waste the time that we cannot gain back, things that drain our energy in a negative way, things that do not add, what I always say, long-term value, long-term happiness. You cannot grow. You cannot be more successful. You cannot have a healthy relationship. You cannot build a stable family. You cannot build a long-term stable business if you are not intentional. If you are not intentional, you can never evolve to the next stage. You can never do the things that you want to do because your focus is always going to be scattered around. Your mindset is always going to be spread thinking about so many different things when you should be focusing and be intentionally present. So, this is one of the things that I really want to share my thoughts on. And the reason I thought I picked this is because I'm seeing so many changes happening in many aspects of my personal life, and I feel it's worth sharing. I know some of you are intentional with your life. I know some of you sometimes can be intentional, but your focus might shift when someone comes into your life. Sometimes when we are alone, we are strong, we are powerful, we are all this, we are driven, we are focused, but immediately someone comes into our lives, immediately we have a certain friendship built, our intentions start to shift, which if you have a healthy relationship, there is a way you can balance that out. If you have a goal, or if you have a business, or if you have something that you are focusing on, you can always find a good balance where your intentions are still clear, your intentions are still on that tunnel vision. But we have to value the kind of person that we are. We have to put extreme value on our lives so that the time that we will give to other things and the time that effort that we will put into other people should bring us some sort of value. You should not be wasting time. You should not be thinking about whatever just because it's being presented to you. You can be invited to certain occasions, certain gatherings where if you feel like my intentions are not in alignment with these, I should not be there. I can use that time that I'm going to invest over there to work on myself, to work on my business, to work on my relationship, or to work on whatever thing that brings you happiness. This is the biggest thing when it comes to being intentional, because an intentional person is a powerful person. An intentional person is a person that has strong foundation, strong value. They are these kind of people that when you are around them, they are always looking for the next growth, the next opportunity, the next level of happiness. They are not people who are doing destructive things that are taken from them, because they have grown to understand the value of time, the value of their effort. They have grown to know their worth. When you know your worth, you will be able to know where to channel your focus, where to channel your energy, where to channel even your presence. Because some environments do not add value to your life. Let's all be honest. There are some environments that are very, very destructive. They do not play any productive role in the life that we are trying to live. And we have to take responsibility. We have to take accountability. We have to take inventory of our lives so that we can be more intentional in whatever direction we want to go. If you have been around certain people and they don't make you happy, or if you have been around certain environments and these environments do not make you a better version of yourself, the next time you've gained that experience from what it brought to you in the first place, your intentional psyche or your intentional mind is going to tell you, I don't want to be there anymore. I don't want to be around that person. If you are around people who are always speaking negative, you're going to get the experience the first time. The second time, you're going to look at yourself, no, I don't need that. I don't need that drama. I don't need that conversation. I don't need that gossiping. I don't need those fake people. I don't need this. I don't need that, because you are intentional. And I promise you guys, when you become more intentional, life is going to be better. I'm grateful because, again, I'm not a perfect person, but see, the biggest thing about me is that I'm a learner. I'm always learning. What can I learn from that? What can I gain from that? Who can I learn from? Because we all have something very important to share. So, the experience from the past has taught me better. Your experience from the past can also teach you better. It can help you to become better. It can help you to become more focused, to become more intentional. See, when you become more intentional, what is going to end up happening is that Everything that you do counts. Every time that you spend counts, because that time can be spent making more money. That time can be spent in the gym. That time can be spent developing your mind. That time can be spent improving the quality of your life in so many different ways. So when you become more intentional, you just don't give time out like that. You just don't give effort to people like that. And if you want your life to be better, you have to be more intentional. If you want things to move in the direction they should be going for you, you have to be more intentional. You have to prioritize things in your life differently. You have to look at yourself as a very important person, a very valuable person, that whatever you give, whatever you spend time on, wherever your money goes, or whenever your focus goes, it has to bring you some value. If it's not bringing you value, it is wasting your time. So guys, I hope this episode brought some value to you. I hope it allowed you to think about being intentional, especially your time and your effort. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, guys. And again, if you are new here, remember to subscribe, remember to follow, and remember to drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this episode, and I look forward to chatting with you in the next episode. Peace.